Hey everybody, and welcome back to the Aquatica Corals YouTube channel. If you're new here, my name is Broden and we talk about everything related to saltwater aquariums. Today we're going to be diving into the top 5 best saltwater fish for beginners, plus an amazing honorable mention at the very end of the video that you are not going to want to miss. Okay, so you started your first saltwater tank and now you're looking to add some amazing livestock to it. This can be a very exciting but also extremely overwhelming process as there's so many options out there and finding the one that's the best for your tank can be pretty difficult. It is very important to pick species that are hardy, easy to care for, and compatible with your other tank mates to ensure success in your aquarium. So the fish on this list are not only beginner friendly, but they're also beautiful and have amazing personalities. So whether you're starting up a little nano tank or you got a big display tank, all of these fish are going to be perfect options for getting your tank started. So you probably recognize this little guy as Nemo, and there's a good reason why the Ocellaris clownfish is one of the most popular beginner fish. Not only are they incredibly hardy, but they're also extremely peaceful, they have amazing colors, and you know what, they're really entertaining to watch. These fish can thrive in tanks as small as 20 gallons, making them a perfect option for smaller setups. Plus, they are also more often than not captive bred, which is an amazing choice that we strongly encourage and means they are more resilient and much less prone to diseases than wild-caught fish. So one of the coolest parts about clownfish is they actually create symbiotic relationships with anemones. You probably know that. Although here's a good tip. If you're just starting out your tank, I would avoid the anemone for a while. I would get your clownfish, let them get settled, and then later on when your tank is more established, add in that anemone and cross your fingers and hopefully they host it. Sometimes they'll even host soft corals and you know what, sometimes even powerheads, which is not a very good idea.
What's that?
So next up is the Royal Grommet. This is definitely one of my favorite fish by far, even though it's more of a common, more beginner fish. With my years of experience, I still absolutely love these fish and I need one in every single one of my tanks. It's an absolute stunner. It's got this very vivid purple front half and it gradually fades into this amazing bright yellow tail. It is truly one of the most colorful fish in the saltwater aquarium hobby, and it just so happens that this fish is very good and suitable for beginners. They're definitely reef safe, they're peaceful, and generally they'll mind their own business. Now you will run into a couple different situations, but generally those situations work themselves out and they're still a great fish in your tank. So earlier I mentioned how they're generally peaceful, and this is because sometimes they can become territorial over their spaces. There's a really easy fix to this. Just make sure your tank has plenty of rockwork so that the Royal Grommet and all the other tank inhabitants have plenty of spaces to go into their own separate little corners. Alright, so definitely one of my favorite fish in the hobby. This is the firefish goby, and it's coming in at number 3, and they're also known as the magnificent dartfish. This fish definitely earns its name. It has this brilliant red-orange tail that fades to its white body. It also has this elegant sailfin-like dorsal fin that kind of sticks up. You'll see it above its head, and it helps it glide through the water very gracefully. It's a super cool, kind of unique, makes them look like an alien. I don't know, I like it. It's pretty cool. They're perfect for tanks as small as 20 gallons, just like the clownfish, and they are amazingly peaceful and definitely reef safe. This makes them one of the best additions to beginner setups, and you know what? They're so dang cool looking. They look like aliens, like I said earlier, that you're gonna want to have these in any size tank. Any tank you have, you're gonna want to have. Alright, so there is actually a catch with these guys, like a legitimate catch. That's a very common occurrence. They jump out of your tank every time. So if you don't have a lid, you're gonna have fried fish on the floor. And then at that point, you're just buying expensive treats for your cat. And I promise you that. So make sure you have a lid if you're gonna get these guys, but that's not a hard thing to do. You should have a lid anyways. And then you're gonna be able to enjoy your amazing firefish goby that looks incredibly unique, and you can tell everybody you have a pet alien in your tank. I'm kind of giving you a 2-for-1 deal. Now I'm going to talk about the fish first, but then I'm going to talk about what makes it a double whammy. So starting out, we're talking about the yellow watchman goby, and it's an awesome addition to any beginner saltwater tank. They're going to hang out near the bottom, but they have a vibrant yellow body, and they have this signature kind of grumpy expression. It's really freaking funny. They're kind of adorable. And this fish is absolutely full of personality. One of the coolest things about the watchman goby, like I mentioned earlier, it's a 2-for-1 deal, because if you get a watchman goby with a pistol shrimp, it's going to form a symbiotic relationship, and the goby's going to act like the lookout while the shrimp digs its hole underneath the rock or in the sand. And it's really fascinating because you actually get to watch them work together to create this burrow, and they're gonna peek their little heads out together, and it's gonna be amazing. So you're definitely gonna wanna get them together. If you're gonna get a watchman goby, I'm telling you right now, get a pistol shrimp with it. There's many different types of pistol shrimp, candy cane pistol shrimp, tiger pistol shrimp. You know what? Just go do your research, but definitely if you're getting a watchman goby, gotta get a pistol shrimp. And let me tell you this, it is the coolest symbiotic relationship in the entire saltwater hobby. I don't care if this is a hot take, I'm telling you right now. The coolest symbiotic relationship to watch is the watchman goby and a pistol shrimp. And the best part about it is you are a beginner, and in my opinion, you can have the coolest symbiotic relationship in the saltwater hobby in your tank as a beginner. That's pretty cool. I think it's pretty cool. Is going to be the Banggai cardinalfish, and it's known for its striking black, white, silver coloration. But honestly, my favorite part about this fish is not only its schooling capabilities, you can have multiple if your tank's big enough. It has this calm, sort of like hypnotic swimming style. It doesn't really swim much, it's kind of stationary, but it's still moving. You know, I can't really explain it. You're probably watching videos on the screen right now, so I'm just kind of sounding stupid trying to explain it. But anyways, you can see these mannerisms they have. It's very interesting to me. It's something you don't get to see often in a reef tank. I know it's a little bit more common in freshwater tanks, but a lot of the times reef fish, especially in bigger aquariums, are constantly moving quickly, jetting in and out of rocks. But with the Banggai cardinalfish, you really get this really interesting, unique mannerism. You don't get another fish, and they can school. So if your tank's big enough, you can have multiple of them, which is an absolute sight to see. And similarly to the clownfish, Banggai cardinalfish are often captive bred. So this is, again, something we recommend you buy captive bred fish. It's gonna make them less disease prone. It's just better for our environments. They're gonna be hardier. It's just an amazing thing. So if you can get captive bred fish, you always want to get captive bred fish, and it's awesome. The Banggai cardinalfish readily comes captive bred. And I'll just mention one last thing about these fish. Down the road when your tank's set up and you got coral and stuff, make sure you get some like cool branching soft corals, because in my tanks at home, a lot of the times they'll kind of hide in the branches, kind of in and out of them. And if you have multiple of them, trust me, it's just a sight to see. So I just thought I'd throw it out there. So this fish is going to be unique. It's not like the top 5 where they're very common, still very beautiful and amazing for your tank. Let me mention that, but they're a little bit more commonly mentioned, probably in a lot of videos you've watched or you've seen it online. This one is going to be unique. I'm sure you haven't heard about it, or if you have, you didn't know what it's about. So let me tell you about it. Okay, so here's a drum roll for our honorable mention, the court jester goby. Now hear me out. It's also commonly known as the rainforest goby, and it's very underrated, like very underrated. I've seen so many saltwater fish. I've been in the hobby for a long time, and this is one of the most underrated fish by far. It's very peaceful, and it's a reef safe grazer, which I'll talk about in a minute, and it's amazingly gorgeous. It has this incredible color pattern. You're seeing it right now because I'm definitely playing a video. So earlier I mentioned how they're a reef safe grazer, and you might be saying, Broden, what's a reef safe grazer? Well, let me tell you. It's what makes this fish so dang cool. Not only is it beautiful and peaceful, but it also eats algae. It has a natural diet for algae, which is going to be helpful to you because, as you know, in every reef tank, you're gonna have algae, and these guys are going to help you keep it at bay and be a part of your cleanup crew while also being incredibly beautiful and not ugly like a turbo snail. Sorry, turbo snail. I didn't mean to call shots there. I'm just saying you're kind of ugly.
Hello, darkness, my old friend.
So these fish can be kept in a nano to medium-sized aquarium. Around 20 to 30 gallons is probably best. And they do best in tanks with a lot of rock. Make sure you have lots of hiding places. They're pretty passive, so when something scares them or they're spooked, they're gonna wanna go hide inside of a cave or a small crevice. So make sure you just got plenty of rock. Now, my only tip for you is this fish should not be the first fish you add in your tank. Probably not even the second, and maybe not even the third. They are relatively hardy and easy to take care of, but they're gonna need somewhat of a mature tank just because, like I mentioned earlier, they eat algae, and you're gonna have some algae, some type of microbiome buildup in your tank. So I would wait a little bit, but still a great option for beginners, in my opinion. Okay, there you have it. That's the top 5 best saltwater fish for beginners, including an amazing honorable mention. So whether you're starting your first tank or you're adding to an existing one, all the fish I mentioned today are hardy, easy to care for, and full of personality. Let me know in the comments if you had a fish that you think should be included in this list, or maybe some cool fish that you just came across or you have in your tank. I would love to hear about it. Also, if you ever have any questions about saltwater aquariums, you can always leave a comment down below, or you can even message us on one of our platforms on Instagram or TikTok. We're always here to help out all our fellow reefers. And if you found this video helpful, make sure you like, subscribe, maybe leave a comment, and also go check out some of our amazing videos we have on our channel. We got anything from unboxings, we got sharks, we got everything you could ever want on our YouTube channel. Make sure you go check out all our other videos. Shameless plug. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.